What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubby here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely incredible day. I know I am. If you are, press the like button. If you don't press the like button, no joke, no scam, I will actually drop you into the middle of the Sierra Nevadas with nothing but Gucci flip-flops and a pair of flannels to survive and find your way back home. Yeah, no joke, guys. You have to press the like button. You have 6 seconds to press the like button, otherwise you will be on top of a mountain with nothing but 2 flannels and Gucci flip-flops. 5, 4, 3, 2, -1, 47. All right, now that we got that out of the way, my name is Scrubby. I hope you guys are all having an incredible day. Like I said, I know I am. Today we're going to be telling the story of a time my friend jumped out of my car while it was moving. Yeah, that's right. He didn't die or anything, but like, he's pretty stupid, I'm not going to lie. He's what we call the potato fallacy, which is if someone can exist, they can also be dumb enough to jump out of a moving car. I made up that fallacy, but it sounds pretty official. I'm thinking about getting it added to the philosophical handbook of definitions. You know how it is sometimes. Basically, I was the first person of all my friends to get my license in high school, meaning that I was responsible for driving everybody everywhere when we were hanging out. Like, if people wanted to go do something, it was, yo, let's call Ryan, he has a car. Which, I mean, it is what it is. I wasn't too happy being everyone's chauffeur, but I was the first one with the license, and they paid me in gas money, so I mean, it was worth it. It was worth it. I made some pretty solid profits. But regardless, I have this one friend who I've talked about a couple times on this channel named Jermichael. Just kidding. His name was Jonathan. But Jonathan and I, we're kind of friends. It was kind of the friendship where, like, you're not friends, but you're friends with somebody's friend. You know how that can be sometimes? Like, you don't necessarily like Trisha, but Trisha's really tight with Emma, so you and Emma hang out, but, like, Trisha's there too. Yeah, sometimes things like that happen, and that's just how it has to be sometimes in a friendship. And me and Jonathan didn't exactly get on incredibly well. Like, we were not homies for life. We were just kind of friends. But one night, me, Jonathan, and our other friend were hanging out, and they were like, yo, let's go to Sonic. And I was like, yeah, all right, fine. And for those of you who don't know what Sonic is, it's like this drive-in with really good milkshakes. So we were just going to get some milkshakes, doing our thing, you know. I whip in with my fat Hyundai Sonata. You know how it is. Boom, boom. I got that mom car on deck, skirt. You know how it be. So whatever, I pull in with my mom car, and immediately we just kind of ordering, and while we're sipping our milkshakes after we ordered and we got our food, we're kind of sitting there, and Jonathan pulls up this Twitter video of a guy who had just, you know, like, skirted on the outside of a car. He opened the door, put his feet on the ground, and then held onto the door, and it kind of like dragged him, you know, like he was like almost water skiing but on concrete. And he goes, hey, we should do that. I'm like, you know, I just got my license. The last thing I want to do is spend time in prison for vehicular manslaughter, so how about we don't do that and we say we did, you know? And he's consistent. He's like, no, it'll be fun. And I'm like, listen, nothing is fun about standing on the outside of a car while it's driving. Like, not once in the history of the world has anybody said, yeah, you know, it was a real fun time standing on the outside of a car dragging my feet along the ground. The guy that did that got lucky. I'm not gonna do it. And he goes, dude, come on, like, why not? I'm like, because I don't. No, we're not going to do this water skiing surfing thing on the outside of my car. I'm not gonna do it. I just got my license. Like, I'm not getting it taken away already. Stop. And Jonathan, you know, tries to call me out. He's like, wow, dude, that's really lame. Like, you can't believe you just don't want to have fun. I'm like, yeah, I do want to have fun. I just want to have fun in a way where we all survive, you know? Like, I've never understood some people who think it's fun to skydive, all right? Like, oh, let me jump out of a plane. Yeah, that's called, please end my life a little bit earlier. But whatever, Jonathan is just whining the entire time we're eating our milkshakes about how, oh, dude, it would be fun, it'd be so funny, we could post it on Twitter, dude, we'd get so many retweets. I'm like, I'm not risking my life for retweets. It's not worth it. I don't care if we get 10,000 retweets. It is not worth absolutely skinning our knees and just like dying while trying to surf on the outside of a car. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I hope you guys agree with me that it's pretty stupid to want to put your feet on the outside of a car while it's driving and try to water ski. That's just not a good look. It's not a good method, and it's never going to end well. So whatever, after Sonic and Jonathan's incessant whining that I should let him almost kill himself on the outside of my car, we decided to go to the park and meet up with a couple people who we were just like supposed to hang out with. So we're at the park hanging out, and obviously there's girls there, and whenever girls are involved, teenage boys somehow get dumber. Like, I've been a teenage boy. Trust me, I know. We might actually be the dumbest species to ever exist. There's just something with teenage boys' minds where our thinking just goes out the window, and the only thing we think is boobs food. Like, that's all we think about. So we're hanging out with girls, and obviously obviously the whole boobs food dynamic is coming into play, and we're just kind of hanging out, and Jonathan starts showing these girls this Twitter video, and they're like, that's so funny, and he's like, see, it is funny. Ryan, can we do it? And I'm like, no, that's dumb. And the girls are like, wow, I don't know if you should do it. Like, I feel like you're just gonna get hurt. I don't necessarily know if that'd be a good idea. And I'm like, exactly, yes, please tell him why it's not a good idea to skirt on the outside of a car and think, and like, just why? But he's convinced that the girls thought it was funny, and making girls laugh is his forte. But whatever, the girls and I kind of move on from conversation, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty funny guy. I can make people laugh, so I'm making these girls laugh, and they're kind of like flirting with me more than they're flirting with Jonathan, and Jonathan's getting super mad, right? And it's getting a little late. I think it's like 11 p.m., and we're still at the park, and Jonathan's like, hey, can we go back to the house soon? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So we say goodbye to the girls, and we're all kind of hugging, and they're like, Ryan, you're so funny. I had so much fun. And this triggers Jonathan, because Jonathan was the one that wanted the girls' attention, right? And he just wanted to make him laugh, because I was making him laugh all night. I was flirting with him, and he was just not having any luck. It was swing and a miss. He was just not on his A game, all right? And sometimes you're just not on your A game when you're talking to girls, and that's okay. But no. Jonathan hatched a delirious, stupid plan to try to get these girls to like him and think that he was the coolest guy to ever exist, right? So we get back in the car, and the girls are behind us, and then they're like kind of signal for us to go first, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So I start backing out of the parking lot, and I'm driving through this parking lot of the park, and I hear my door open, and I look in the back, and sure enough, Jonathan has half of his body sitting out of the back of my car with the door, and I'm like, Jonathan, stop, and he's like, no, dude, it'll be funny, and the next thing I know, his feet are dragging on the pavement, right, and he probably stays up in the skiing position for about 3 seconds, and the next thing I know, he goes basically face plants. Like, his feet got too much friction, his legs go out, and he smacks, and my back door just slams shut, right? Like, I don't even know what was supposed to be happening. So I slam on the brakes. The girls are out of their car checking on him. Everybody's freaking out. We think we just witnessed this kid die. He rolls over. He has a bloody nose, and his front tooth is missing. Like, this kid had managed to knock out his own front tooth because he decided that car surfing would be a good idea. Oh, let me just water ski on the side of a car. That's never a good idea, Jonathan, you idiot. So whatever, we're sitting here, and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, dude, did it look cool? And the girls are like, yeah, not really, you just kind of look dumb. We told you it was stupid to do it. And he's like, but did you laugh? No one's laughing when your friend has a bloody nose and is missing their front tooth because he decided to try to hang out of the side of the car. So obviously we get him back in the car, we take him home, and he tells his mom what happened, and his mom is pissed, and his mom tries to get like mad at me. She's like, oh, how dare you? I'm like, dude, I told your son not to be an idiot. It's not my responsibility to make your kid not jump out of a car. That's your job. You're his parent. Maybe somewhere along the line of the last 16 years, you should have told your kid, don't jump out of a moving car. So after I kind of, snap back at his mom a little bit about how her kid's an idiot, she kind of realizes that, yeah, definitely not my fault that her son decided to do the whole flip ski and the bib ski and jump out of the side of a moving car. Definitely not anyone's fault but her son's. So he's missing his front tooth, his nose is bleeding, he tells her what happened, he says it was funny, we're kind of like, yeah, it's not funny, and then we tell him that we didn't film it, and he's like, what? Nobody filmed it? And I was like, you didn't give us a warning, you didn't say, hey guys, I'm doing it, you just jumped out of the car, what did you expect us to do? You thought we were going to see that coming? And he's like, well, I thought I made it obvious that I was going to do it, and I was like, no, I would have child locked your doors, there's no way I was going to let you jump out of the car. So whatever, here he is arguing with me about how I'm a bad friend for not filming him jumping out of a car and eating it and face planting and knocking out his front tooth. And it was at that moment I realized that Jonathan was not a good friend and I probably shouldn't hang out with him anymore, because anyone stupid enough to jump out of a moving car is definitely not the type of person you want on your team, you know? Like when you're picking for a sports team, the last thing you want is idiot who jumped out of car to be on their wish list of their biggest accomplishments, you know? And I tried my best to avoid him from then on, but there you have it, guys. That's the story of a time a friend of mine literally jumped out of my car like a bird with no wings, you know? I believe I can fly. He knocked out his tooth on the concrete after jumping out of my car. That didn't rhyme, but it's okay. But yeah, on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the video. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you did like it and you're new, be sure to subscribe. I really like subscribers. They make me fancy. I'm going to go jump out of a moving car now. If anybody needs me, I will be doing the old ski, Bill ski, knocky outy, toothy tooth. Yeah, don't get anyone pregnant, and if you do, make sure that your kid is not stupid enough to jump out of a moving car that his friend is driving, because trust me, it's just going to lead to him losing the friendship and most importantly, losing his front teeth. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.